All right. Well, once again, good morning to everybody. Again, I hope everybody is doing well. For the most part, I haven't gone through the quizzes yet. I will be going through those sometime today, going through grading them. I am also going to be grading. I've noticed some more late work popping in, which is good. Obviously, I would prefer it if it was on time, but I'm also glad that again that we are getting more of it turned in because obviously I want to make sure that everybody's getting the materials first and foremost. So today, again, I already told you yesterday that there was going to be a quiz on the video that I had you watch yesterday. So I know two quizzes in a row. Don't normally do that, but you had a quiz on the podcast on the writing strategies because on Thursday and then Friday for my fifth and sixth period, we're going to be writing a brief write. It'll be the first brief write of the semester. So I wanted to make sure that I answered any questions that you might have had about writing. So that's what the purpose of the podcast was. The purpose of the video that you were supposed to watch yesterday after you took the quiz, the 13-minute video, was you were supposed to basically watch the video and then it's talking about rhetorical strategies, which is going to be kind of the focus of Julius Caesar. There's a lot of rhetorical strategies are just like the techniques that people use to persuade people. So we're going to be looking at how the different characters persuade one another, how effective they are in persuading. So that means like, were they convincing enough to get people to do what they wanted? And explaining why they were convincing or why they weren't convincing. Why did it work on certain characters and not others? So that's kind of what we're going to be looking at. So there is going to be that quiz on rhetorical strategies. So it's actually called Rhetorical Strategies Quiz. It's in this week's module, as is everything. So if you go to Tuesday, it'll have it'll be the Rhetorical Strategies Quiz. There'll be a little emoji like this. So it's just this one is multiple choice, so it should go by pretty quick. So I'll give you guys about 15 minutes to take the quiz, and then afterwards we will move on to the activity that we're going to be doing today. So go ahead and take the quiz, and I'll be making sure that we are all taking it. Again, if you're not taking it, again, this is our synchronous activity. So you will be marked absent. So you need to make sure that you are participating and taking this. Otherwise, you've turned on your iPad and you've wandered away somewhere, but you're no longer attending class. Okay. So let me move out of the way. There we go. Okay, so you are going to be working on a political ad video assignment. Now, normally, if we were in school, I would have you guys also create the political ad, but you guys can't really do that the way it's all situated right now. But basically, I've basically made a playlist of different political ads. So you're going to be creating a copy of the Google Doc in the assignment. Now, I'm actually going to, again, just like with the dialectical journals, I'm going to put you in breakout rooms. Again, ultimately, this is your individual like responsibility to get done, but there are 16 videos. So I figured if I put you in groups of 4 or 5, you guys can split it up. And that way, it's not as much of you doing it by yourself. In fact, actually, I might do a little bit bigger groups. I might do just where you do a couple of videos each. But basically, you're going to answer the following questions. What candidate is this ad supporting? So, like, who is this ad for? What is the message of the ad that is being used? So, like, what are they trying to, like, what is, like, if the person making the commercial was to give a pitch to the candidates, like, this is a message that we want to say that you're giving to the people of America, blah blah blah. So like, what message is being used to persuade people to vote for them? Is this a positive or negative ad? So you'll see, like, usually the positive ads are positive about themselves. Usually the negative ads are like a smear campaign for other people. So just explain why it is positive or why it's negative. Which rhetorical strategies are being used? So again, the ones we just talked about: ethos, pathos, logos, rhetorical question, scare tactic, anaphora, or anaphora, excuse me. And then how is it being used? And then finally, what about this ad worked? What didn't work about it? Why? So like, do you think it was effective in being convincing to people, even if you're not convinced? Because again, maybe you think like, well, I don't buy into any of this political mumbo jumbo, but would it be convincing to the average person? Why or why not? Okay, so that's essentially what you're going to do. So let me go ahead and change my screen one last time. All right, so here is the political ad. So again, this is a playlist. So you can see here, there are 16 videos. But like I said, I'm going to put you in a breakout room. So maybe when I put you in the breakout room, have one person make a copy of the doc, then share it with everybody. So that way you all have access to it and you could just, make the changes there and not have to do like 16 different like things all by yourself. So again, trying to make this easier for all of you. I'm trying to make it to where you guys can work together. But yeah, so that's basically it. So again, the document's there, that's there. If you on the document itself, so you have again for all the questions are the same for all 16 videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put you into, I decided I'm just going to split it up into two separate classes or two separate breakout rooms. So basically you're going to have everybody working, half the class will be working together and then the other half of the class is going to be working together and you're all going to decide who's going to do which video. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Maybe I'll do 3 just in case. So we're going to split up the class into thirds. And